Camera on. Hi folks, I'm Aleks U and you are awesome. Today we're starting this 50-minute video here with a flower. It's spring in here in Vancouver and it's blossoming and flowers everywhere. Now, I know quite well what this is called in my native language, which is Bulgarian. I'm not sure what it's called in English. I've been told a few times, but I keep forgetting it. It doesn't matter. The smell is incredible. They don't last too long, outside when they blossom. But while they're here, you can smell them in the entire neighborhood. It's a really, really good opportunity to use this beautiful smell to get yourself in the present moment, even if it's just for a moment. This is why I start this way. I remind you that smell is a quick shortcut to stop the brain, even if it's just for a moment, because while you're smelling, you cannot be thinking. Now, time is ticking. Today's topic is I am happiness. I can smell this beautiful odor here in the room. Now, I can end this 15-minute conversation after I say that while there's thoughts or while I'm dreaming, because that's what we call it, the thoughts are going day and night, it seems like. So while there's a conversation in my mind, which is what the dreams are, right? You're conversing inside your mind, you're dreaming, you're not awake. If you're awake, they're not thoughts. No thoughts that you don't consciously select with a purpose of extending yourself in whatever way you are enjoying in the moment. The random thoughts and conversations and repeating ones that are happening on daily basis in our minds, it's dreaming. So as long as you dream, you can never be happy. That's it. It's just, that's as factual as facts get. Why we're chasing any dreams, any stories in our minds, until they seem attractive to us. And no matter what the dream is, you may seem to have thousands of dreams in your mind because they seem to be different with the different contexts and names in it, in the conversations you have, and purposes and locations, destinations, colors, shapes, you name it. So you can rightfully say, well, wait a minute, I know I have better dreams, or like there are thoughts in my mind that make me feel a little better, and there's stories in my mind that are more dramatic, traumatic, and where I fall into it and I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm anxious, right? And so from that point of view, you may conclude that dreams or our conversations and the stories in our minds are different. But the reality is it's the same thing dressed in different ways. And yes, maybe at times it'll feel that one is more pleasant story than another story that you're living and circulating and telling yourself. But the reality is they're all the same. They cover the same thing underneath, and that is this broken self that you've chosen to live and explore as an experience, and it's still a dreaming state. It's not the real yourself. The story of you and the stories of you that you have in your mind, they're all one and the same. They're illusions. They're not your reality. They are an experience you're choosing to live, but you'll never make it true of who and what you are, because you are behind the thoughts. We must accept that there's someone else, or not someone else, there's someone experiencing these thoughts you're listening to in your mind. That someone is you. The being that's experiencing these dreams, thoughts, illusions, delusions, it's what you are. And it cannot be understood by thoughts, because it's in what thoughts live. And because you're so powerful, you can dream a dream that is telling you that that's not you, right? That you cannot be this total being that can choose not to dream and be at peace be the happiness and joy that you actually are. Because the happiness and joy that you actually are isn't a thought. What I mean by that is, it isn't, okay, I'm having just a scenario, right? Okay, so if I make an arrangement, I can plan and have this money, I can collect it there, and then I can move to this place, and I can get the support from these people, and I can yes, then I can maybe the work can come with me for a little bit, remotely, and then there's my buddy over there that's gonna help me. He's good at this, so he can come and help me. And then I'm planning a story how in 2 years time I'll be somewhere where I'll be so much happier. And so there's a conversation, right? It's just a very basic, but something that we think all day long, how somewhere, something, with someone in the future, right? And the stories have names and locations. I will be better off, maybe healthier, richer. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's a catchy thing, but it's true probably in this case, because it isn't true that in the future you'll be healthy and richer. You are right now as healthy and rich as you can ever be. What I mean is that you already are it all. What you are cannot be improved. Your stories, on the other hand, can be improved, because your story right now encompasses everything you have seemingly, and you live, and it's around you. So this scenario can change, of course. Doesn't matter what it is. It can go worse or better, and I mean measured in materialistic life. But so those stories can change, but the person who is experiencing those stories, the beautiful being and presence that you are, cannot change, because it's perfect. You are perfect as such, right? And this is what we are pointing here today. I'm not sitting here to tell you that right now, don't worry about this person next to you who is maybe in your eyes richer, bigger, more handsome, or if you're a woman, more prettier, sexier, with more attention about her, or career and hobbies or whatever, right? I'm not saying that if like you could be saying those things and your eyes measured in the way we measure, that could be true. But what I'm saying is, behind this, what behind that body that you see, and this body that you see, and your body, there is the same essence that is just as perfect in every being, because it's one and the same. And that's the real happiness and joy. And you can have it now, because it's who you are, not who you can become, or who you were, or something you have to fight for or gain, right? It's who you actually are. And the challenging part of such conversations, and no matter where you're reading or looking or watching or being, searching for answers, because you know the way you live, there must be a better way. We all know that. The way we live through the stories in our heads. And there is a better way. But that better way is challenging to figure it out, or to know it by thoughts, or by somebody telling you, like in this situation, or you watching somebody. It doesn't matter how big of a teacher they are, because it's something that comes inside, like you already have it, and it isn't built by thoughts. So you couldn't get there by thoughts. But what we're trying to do here is point, right? So what I am asking you is to be patient. Patient as in, I know that there is a better way about me. And even if I can't quite grasp what this guy is telling me right now, or other things I'm reading and watching, and I'm telling, even working on my own, just hang on, because the truth about yourself isn't going to change, isn't going to go anywhere, and isn't going to disappear. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to wake up and realize that you are happiness. And then the search stops. Imagine that this constant search, right? Because happiness, by default, the way we've set it up, is something you search for, hope for, look for, work towards, and it's a wishful thinking often, right? But so in order to change that, that's so deeply ingrained in us, it's almost impossible with symbols and words. But luckily for us, the joy and happiness that we are inside doesn't need words and doesn't need anybody to support it, protect it, and work on it to preserve it, because it's always going to be there. The work that we as humans, as in this society that we've built, is to realize that our job is to discover it, that it's already there, not to build it, not to acquire it or reach it like we're reaching different goals in our lives. So that's the good news, that no matter how miserable you could be in a situation, how much drama you can be experiencing, anxiety, sadness, stress, worry, challenges, and seemingly impossible situations like losing things, maybe even health or loved ones. Those situations are a reality check for how fragile this life that we build out of illusions is, right? Because we realize that things come and go and they're taken away from us. How can I be possibly happy? Look, there's problems in the world, there's problems in me, in my family, in everywhere I look. People are experiencing difficult moments, or I'm experiencing difficult moments, we're losing things, nothing lasts forever. So the story that's being built in our minds and then materialized in this world is ugly. And so rightfully we cannot be happy. We can hope for and search for it to try to gain it somehow in a future state projected out of my mind, because there's no other way. Like right now, or I'm illusioning, like seeing through my illusions, it sucks. So I have to now create a different illusion in my mind to try to keep myself sane, that there is happiness down there. If I get a new computer, maybe a new bed, a new t-shirt, because what is this? This is just white t-shirt. I need more special shirt, right? One that has names and it's diamonds maybe on it, right? Like, I don't know, like this. I need it because right now life sucks because this guy told me something, or maybe tomorrow my property value won't be as high. I don't know, like we fall into this, like, it sounds like a joke when I'm saying it, but this is how we live. My story isn't like it's suffering and I'm suffering because I'm in the center of my story. You are a being beyond what you can understand with thoughts. Your being has the power to think, to use thought, to expand itself, to create. It's a creative power. To expand and play on this planet, on this earth, because it's how you discover, you build, you find, expand, not find, is how I almost fell into it. Expand your joy into whatever expansion you seem interesting at the time. And there's no one better than another. That's what the thoughts are for. They have creative power. We have created a beast inside that is an egoistic, illusional self that by default, the way we create it, it can never be happy because it's the opposite of happiness. The premises of the ego is I'm a separate, broken self that will suffer losses, declines, illness, and death. And so how in the world could I be happy permanently? I can maybe hope for glimpses of it when I acquire things. Again, that's the story, right? And those glimpses, when they come, maybe they feel something good, but maybe not, and it's quick. And I don't even know what I'm supposed to feel when I gain these things that I told myself are good. Because the stories in the ego in your mind have no concept of actual joy and happiness, which is what you are. So at the end of it all, and it could be at the end of this 15-minute video, and it could be a lifetime or lifetimes, right? But at the end, all of us will understand it and wake up not to the thought, but to the reality, knowing of, wait a minute, I have the power to give myself misery by the dream I'm dreaming, the illusions I have in my mind. Then that means I have the power to give myself a joyful, content, happy feeling. And then from there, it's just one step to realize that you are that happy feeling and joy and being. You are it. You're not giving it to yourself. You are it. So it'll be bad dream, good dream, awakened state of total contentment and happiness here and now. And from that point, you will now start living what we say waking up. You awake yourself to your true being and start expanding for the fun and joy of it indefinitely. Time is up. I had an amazing time conversing, or not much of a conversing, but sharing my thoughts on I am happiness topic. I'm looking forward next week when we're gonna have another 15 minutes. Drop me a line or a comment if you wanna have a topic discussed here, or where I can share my thoughts on a topic you'd enjoy. Until then, what we always say is less ego and a lot more joy that you actually are. And remember, you are awesome. That's a fact.